Hey guys, Deathbyphiw here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit of like a rant and about my opinion, what I feel about Season 10. But does anyone else feel like this is like one of the worst seasons in Overwatch 2 that we've had in quite a long time? Like, obviously we haven't had great seasons, but Season 9 felt fresh, felt new, felt exciting. I mean, it wasn't everything that we asked for and everything that we wanted, but there was a lot of changes implemented that made it just feel like we were taking a step in the right direction. And I was just excited to continue to play Overwatch 2 in Season 9. They added so many updates and changes to the game, and our ranks got reset. They added a new champion rank. Everyone started from fresh, and there was just a lot of hope on the horizon. The Blizzard devs are listening to us. They're making changes. They're doing things to make the game better. That's how I felt in Season 9. I don't know if you felt the same. Let me know in the comments below if you felt similar or whatnot. But now that Season 10's here, I didn't really feel so much hype behind it. I feel like almost it's like a mid-season patch or like some sort of like monthly update patch. Season 10 just doesn't feel like a new season. The first thing that they didn't do, they did like no rank reset whatsoever. There's no placements. Like, how do you have a new season of Overwatch and there's just like, or any competitive game and there's just no placements? You have no placement matches for your new season. Like, what? Is that not dumb or stupid? Like, why am I gonna even bother to play? And I think of like, let's say you're in higher elo and you're in top 500. These folks are just sitting on champion rank or high GM rank, sitting there in the top 500 realm of things, and like all they have to do is, I think, play their 50 games or so and they're back on the top 500 list. And there's not much incentive to continue to play on that account after you reach it because there's no rank decay. There needs to be rank decay in this game, especially that they introduced this new higher rank of champion. Like, if you're in at least in GM or above, there needs to be some sort of rank decay. You have to play a certain amount of games every 7 days. It's messing up queue times. It's making it worse for higher elo games. Maybe even in Masters, I would say. The Masters queue times have creeped up quite a bit. They're still not that bad. I'm playing usually like mid to high Masters games at the moment, and my queues during peak times are at the very worst, like 5 minutes, which isn't terrible at all, considering it's like probably the top 2% or so of players. But Season 10 just feels like there hasn't been much changed. Like, I just don't like it. Like, they introduced a new Clash game mode, and yeah, I know it's a trial, and I made a video about that. But the Clash game mode just seems like it's an arcade mode and should stay as an arcade mode. I know they introduced it to quick play with roll queue shortly after its release, like a few days after. It was just like, it still feels like a terrible, too fast, stompy kind of game mode with lots of like, it's just a linear map, and there's not a lot of different ways to approach a point. And it just doesn't leave a lot of room for creativity and different play styles and game styles that Overwatch 2 usually supports and allows for in their game. So that Clash game mode, I hope it doesn't come to comp. If it does, it needs some serious changes, some serious reworks. I never thought I would be saying this. I'd rather play Push or Flashpoint 100 times over before I play one game of Clash in competitive. I mean, you may like the new game mode. I think it's fine for like a quick play or arcade setting, but for a competitive setting, it needs a lot of changes. The other things is there wasn't many changes to heroes. With this patch, they reworked Ball a little bit. And like, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that hero in general, and trying to make him significantly better and giving this overhealth to the heroes up to 75 HP per hero with a 300 HP cap on his ability just seems like a really broken thing during team fights. If you have a ball roll in and dive onto the enemy team and your team's fighting there, he would just instantly get 300 HP, and then he could quickly transfer that over to his team. It's like a mini like Life Weaver ult at the beginning. Basically, you get immediate, I think 100 over health once he pops his tree on Life Weaver, his ultimate. You get that just from pressing a button, and it's not even an ultimate on ball. It seems kind of like, what are you doing? How do you balance the game? What's going on, Blizzard devs? Like, I know this is not the easiest game to balance. There's a lot of heroes and different things going on. It's very fast paced, and there's maps galore, and there's all these different game modes, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just doesn't. I'm ranting, but that's the point of this video. It's rant. It just doesn't make sense to me. I will say there were some good things for this season. Like, they heard our complaints with the MAGA release. And so now Venture is completely free, so all new heroes, and I think on new accounts you get access to all the heroes instead of having to play. I mean, there may be some tutorial. I haven't tried out making a new hero, a new account in a while, but all heroes are free to all, so you don't have to do the battle pass and whatnot. So that's good, right? We shouldn't be locked behind some sort of paywall. I have to spend $10, get the battle pass, and I get MAGA. That I agree is one good change. I like some of the skins that came out, right? With the Brig and Tracer and Reinhardt skins. I really like the battle pass skins, like the Baptiste one. That's just my personal opinion. I like some of the things in the battle pass. The one thing I don't like is that they put the Mercy Mythic behind a Mythic Prism new currency, and the currency is just like absurdly overpriced. And I get it, they wanted to make all the older Mythic skins purchasable. Like, you just don't, like, now you no longer have access to it because the battle pass is gone, but you can buy them again. Like, I personally rather just have them be a skin that you could purchase in the shop. Let it be like $10 or something reasonable, not $20, $25 for a skin. But this whole Mythic Prism thing, I think it comes out to like $80 to be able to get the full Mercy Mythic if you didn't want to work through the battle pass to earn it. And every season now is going to be basically earning Mythic Prisms to release the next Mythic. It's just a cash grab. Like, what are you doing, Blizzard? Like, we're complaining about you just constantly nickeling and diming us as players all the time in this game, and then you just change the battle pass on us entirely. That it feels like I'm not even working towards the Mercy Mythic, even though you technically are, because you're earning the Mythic Prisms. I just feel like I'm not working towards it because it's not there at the end visually for me to see. So that's just me speaking my feelings about it. I really don't like this season. The matchmaking seems worse. I've played like the first week or so, and I've gotten some of the worst, stompiest games I've ever gotten. I get it, in Overwatch 2, there's been a lot more stomps in Overwatch 2 than Overwatch 1, like there ever was. But and even in previous seasons, usually it feels like, oh, I either roll somebody or stomp somebody. But when you think about it and you break it down, like, that technically didn't happen all the time. Like, there are some like decent matches I've had, and maybe it's just me, I've not had like one decent match in competitive, and I played like 20 or 30 competitive games, and I either completely steamrolled the enemy team or we've gotten completely steamrolled, and it was the opposite way around, and it just wasn't even fun whatsoever. Like, the steamrolls, the games were over in 5 minutes on both sides. It wasn't even a competitive game. I feel like their early matchmaking, maybe something's wrong in it. I don't know. Then they had the bugs in Season 10 with Genji, where he couldn't wall climb after double jumping. They fixed that in a day, fine. But to have the patch be a week late, to make changes and make fixes, and then release it with like a game-changing bug on heroes like Genji. And I believe it was reported that Hanzo and Kiriko also had issues wall climbing. Like, that's like such a key ability, especially in Genji's kit. to miss something like that and just really screw over any Genji players' competitive experience the first day, that's pretty bad, pretty serious. But they did fix it in a day, so I'll give them credit there. The skins do look kind of good. I'll give them credit there. Venture's free for all. I'll give them credit there. But like I said, this just feels like an extension of Season 9. It doesn't feel like it's new season. It feels like I'm going on another couple months playing Season 9 with little to minimal changes. And I don't know. It's just not it. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not feeling it. I'm not. If you're feeling it, let me know. I think we probably all agree, though, or most of us agree, we're not really feeling this season. Let me know. Drop a like on this video if you do. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and share this with a friend so they could give their input. And most of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps me motivated to continue making gaming and other content like this. So thank you, and as always, happy gaming.